I just started my car and moved out of the garage for the first time in a couple months especially since doing these coolant lines. I got up to temperature. Everything is dry so far. Wait, is that even real wood? There we go. So I'm hoping that did the trick, and that I'll have no more coolant leaks. Plus, I think I heard I can take some brake clean and wipe it off to get these part numbers off. But I think it looks really nice and clean. It's the first time I've been parked out here in the winter. I don't like to leave it outside. But today we are working on Aiden's 4Runner. We just took the Tacoma and the 4Runner out yesterday. We were just gonna go shooting, but ended up having more fun hitting trails. I'll show you a couple videos of that. So today he's been storing up parts for the lift. So that's what we're working on. I'm gonna work on my mess, and he's gonna work on his lift. All right, guys, check these out. I was looking for some coil covers, and I came across these and thought they looked pretty decent. I opted for black. There we go. This is a good point to show you midway through. That's how that looks. You pull out the factory stud, this guy. You screw in their stud. You put this on, it has an O-ring, and then you screw on that shorter insert. And in the back is like the same way. So now I can put the cover on over here. I need two hands though. Well, I'm pretty sure that these covers are a bust. So, hacked up this edge to clear the heater box. Put a notch right there to clear the bracket for the catch can. And let me show you how these still fit. I like the oil fill though. It's pretty nice. Let me see if I can get this light. So let me put you down for a sec. This is kind of as far as they want to go down, and they're already hitting these injector, or the coil plugs, I mean. And I'm basically gonna have to cut like a whole lip right there. And at what point? So I think I am going to bag these, which sucks. It's like $150 down the tube. So if you guys want to save yourself some money, and then this is the passenger side. basically this whole end right here would have to be lopped off. Might work with you guys with the different accessory kits, but not the truck ones. And then you're still gonna have the same problem trying to clear the coil. So these are a no-go. Bummer. I'll tell you what's not a good no-go and what is not a bust. Put this on before I forget. These heat shrink clamps. These suckers turned out to be good so far. No leaks. They look nice. And I think you can actually take some brake clean and get the writing off. Let me grab some of that in the rag and give it a try. Not much left. Oh, comes right off. Don't worry, I got my part numbers written down. So I'm not being a total moron and erasing all record. I'm a moron about other stuff. That's for sure. Let's see if I can reach the one down here. Yeah. Hot diggity. I just think those look so clean. So clean. What the heck is this crap? When did I drive through the bush? Jeez, it's so freaking dirty in here. I need some spring cleaning, that's for sure. All right, let's switch gears. Let's talk about that grommet. I never actually screwed it down. It's just sitting there loose. Let me cut it out of there and show you why. This is what we pulled off. So this one's from brand Seal It, but Earl sells these as well. It's super thin metal. It doesn't need to be thick, I guess, but then this comes as solid rubber and you just cut your hole. But the problem is like, say you have it mounted up to your firewall like this and you screw it in there and then you got your harness coming through. Well, a lot of the times is that the harnesses have tension on them. So you put it in the center, but the tension pulls it down like this to one side as it's wrapping through, like mine does. And it holds it along your cut edge of your sheet metal. So it doesn't hold it centered in this grommet like it's supposed to. This stuff is just way too weak. So the purpose of having that grommet is just to fill the hole, but it's also to keep the harness from chafing on the cut edge. And this does not do that. Sometimes they charge like a crazy amount of money for these, like through Earl's, but Seal It has them for a lot cheaper. This is like 10 bucks, I think. But I think the Earl's ones can be like around 30 or 40 for the same stupid, crappy piece of garbage. It's not strong at all. You see like a cross section here. So your harness is basically sitting on this edge. So better than that is this unit from Sharpe Performance, S-H-A-R-P-E. You might have seen their double unit like this, which is for the transmission and the engine one, but these are made to fit the harness from a Terminator X. So basically, you can put these on without taking your harness out. So you gotta make sure your hole's big enough, and that's the problem, is I have a really big one, so I don't know if this flange is gonna cover it, but I'm gonna try and make it work anyways. And they sell cutting templates for these, but basically, if you already have your harness in place, you know, you'll drill your hole and you'll drill your spot for your studs. And basically you'll just put this in and then clamp it over. Of course, can't do it like that, can you? But this is a nice piece. This is their anodized piece. They do have a nice shiny piece if you want it shiny. So I am gonna go see about fitting this piece in. I think this piece will go in first, and then this piece over it, and then you can get these from the inside the cabin. I don't know. Never done it before. I'm gonna figure it out and I'm gonna show you what it looks like. Just as a heads up, measured this 1.95. The hole I already have on my firewall is like 2.08. So I probably use like a 2-inch hole saw right there. So I think it's just gonna be fine. I just need to make little cutouts for the 2 studs. But I got a template that you can download from the website that'll show you. This is their template. 2-inch diameter, 5/16 holes. So I'm gonna measure to get those holes. Measure to get these holes, and then I'm just gonna take a bit on a die grinder and just go around it. Basically just make my hole look like that. So just gotta be very careful because everything's in the way and it's a little tight. We'll figure it out. So I ended up using my new die grinder that I got for Christmas, and it worked awesome with just some Amazon bits that made fast work of the sheet metal. To say this was easy, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a pain in the arse. I couldn't get the orientation I wanted. I scuffed it up a little bit, but I think it looks pretty decent. I was putting a stud in, one of those little studs I showed you, and it disappeared into the oblivion of my car. Jacked the car up, looked for it, couldn't find it anywhere. So since I lost that stud, I just took a bolt, lopped off the head, ground it off smooth, and used that as my new stud. And it worked fine, so the other one's gonna fly off while I'm driving sometime, whatever. I think eventually I would like to take the engine out, smooth the whole firewall out, and clean up, fill random holes, and just stupid crap to make it look nicer. But For right now, it's fine. I like the grommet, I'm happy with it. I just wish I had a little less clutter in there. Get rid of the wiper, maybe get like a fender one or undercowl wiper, but that's future stuff. I just like keeping everything as clean as possible, and that's kind of like an eyesore area, so. That's it. I think the next thing I might want to do is that's the fuel pump access in the trunk. So I think the next thing I might be doing is cutting my trunk floor. Wait, there's a freaking dart in your neck. Oh, classic.